We're going to spend a little bit of time today stretching out your low back and your hips. Let's go ahead and get started by positioning your mat on the floor and lying down on your back. You're going to have your feet flat to the floor, just at a reach of your fingertips, and then walk your legs to the outsides of your mat. So if you don't have a mat, they should be just a little bit wider than your shoulders. My palms are going to go up and just a little bit away from my body. And I'm just going to let my legs go side to side. Now you may find that your bottom knee finds the floor. It may not, that's okay. And then to the other side. We're going to do 3 of these back and forth and then hold our last one. Here's 2. And 2. Now where am I feeling this stretch? I'm feeling this right on my top hip. Over and hold. Nice and relaxed here. So our thought process is now going to be to sink the butt cheek on the back leg, the one that's up in the air, sinking that butt cheek back down to the floor. If you'd like a little added stretch here, you can take your bottom leg and lift up the foot and just put it up on top of your knee like so. So I'm on my thigh, not on my knee joint itself. My ankle is on my thigh. All right, let's try the other side. So I'm going to flip over, and now to my left. I'm going to take my left leg, put it up on my right thigh, and then I'm focusing on moving my pressure back down into the floor here. So I feel that stretch right across this top hip and into my butt a little bit. All right, let's come on back up. Next, we're going to go soles of your feet together while we're down on our backs. I call this the butterfly position. I'm just going to wave those legs around a couple times, nice and gently. All right, let's just let them hold. I'm going to reach forward and place my hands on my thighs, wherever you're comfortable. And I'm just going to apply a little bit of pressure here. Now I'm not pushing very hard. I'm not trying to touch the floor, right? If you can, you can. That's fine, I can't. All right, let's bring our legs back up. So we're going to get into about a hip width position with our feet. Feet still just out of reach of our fingertips. Now I'm going to reach up my right leg, cross my right ankle over my right thigh, just above my knee, so it's on my quad. Now you might feel a little stretch in your hip here already, but we're going to take this one notch farther by just letting your hips go to the side. You can see what I did with my hands. I brought them over here just so I can work on keeping my rib cage flat. My goal here is to twist while keeping my rib cage flat. Now I'm feeling this stretch outside in my hip, a little bit in my back. I don't want to feel it in my knee. Now to increase this stretch, I'm going to reach down and grab my pinky toe. You'll see a little bit better on the other side what I'm doing, but I'm inching my foot of my stretching legs. Hi, Sadie. Hi, I'm inching my foot up my thigh toward my hip. Working from home, you never quite know what you're going to get. Sometimes it's doggo kisses. Okay, I'm going to release that pressure. I'm going to engage my core press through my hands a little bit. Come back up over to the other side. And take my right foot down. Adjust my shoulders where I want. Okay, slide my foot up. And then I'm going to bring my left leg toward you. Now on this side, I'm a little bit tighter. So I'm going to take my time getting over there. And then you can see my foot finds the floor. I guess I should have done this side first. And again, I feel that stretch on my left hip back here. So here's what I meant about the toe. So I'm going to reach down and I'm going to try to grab the outside of my leg, and then I'm bringing that up toward my hip. Now I want to keep my big toe flat, right? So my foot stays flat to the floor. And then my thought process is about pushing my left glute back down to the floor. You can see mine isn't there. That's okay. I still feel the stretch more when I focus on pulling that away. That's really all stretching is pulling the 2 anchors away from each other. Okay, I'm going to release the pressure, let that come back down, engage my core, come back up and over. Okay, we're gonna roll over onto your side and then come up to a seated position. This is one of my favorite stretches for the hips. We're just gonna sit up nice and tall, crisscross applesauce. So I notice my left foot is in front. You may notice that your right's in front. It's okay, either way. That's just gonna be your dominant side. You probably always sit that way. So because you always sit that way, let's switch it around. So we're gonna start on your side that might be a little less comfortable. I know I'm a little less comfortable sitting this way. So let's start off by reaching our hands straight up overhead, big breath. Exhale and forward fold. I'm trying to reach the crown of my head toward the camera. So I've got my hands on the floor here and I'm just going to inch my head toward you a little bit more. I'm not trying to touch my face to the floor. I'm trying to touch the crown of my head, the button of my hat, straight out toward the camera. Okay, let's come on back up. I'm going to take my arms back up on my next inhale. Now I'm going to rotate toward my right leg, the front leg for me, and forward fold. I feel this through my mid-back region. I'm really going to reach my left hand and think about pushing my left butt cheek back down to the floor the best I can. Good, we'll come back up. Let's raise our arms up again. We're going to switch directions with the lean. Now I'm pushing my right cheek down. Relax the arms. I have the tendency to like to shrug. When I shrug, I hit my chin on this mic. That's probably not good either. Really reaching my right hand, pushing my right butt cheek down. Good, I'm going to come back up to center. Now while I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and extend out my right leg. Whew, my hammy is tight from my run today. I'm going to reach up and then reach forward. Now again, I'm not trying to touch my nose to my knee. I'm trying to touch my nose to my toes. I know I'm a long way away too. It's okay. If you can reach down and grab your foot, I especially want you to work on grabbing your pinky toe and then turning your thigh out just a tiny bit. We'll talk more about that in future videos. Okay, let's come on back up. Let's do the other side. So first we're going to switch the legs over. So now my left leg is in front. Inhale, arms up and forward fold, pushing my butt cheeks down, reaching the crown of my head, top of my head here toward the camera. I can cheat and use the ground a little bit to inch my fingers forward. Push my butt cheek back, increase the stretch through my glutes. And come on up, inhale, deep breath. Reach the arms up, rotate and forward fold. So now my nose is reaching over my left knee. Really trying to get my chin over my knee farther. Pushing my butt cheek down. So that's the rule, is butt cheek stays down. However far you go from there, that's fine. And come on back up. We've got one more side here. We reach up and reach. Ooh, I really feel this one in the glute. I feel this in the similar position is where I felt that fall in 4. And that's the figure 4 stretch where we rotate. Let's come on back up. We'll extend out that left leg or non-dominant or dominant side leg, whatever that is. We're going to reach the arms up and forward fold, reaching the chest forward. Hi, Sadie. Come here. Good girl. It's warm out, huh? Thank you. Yes, thank you. That's enough. Good. Let's come on back up. All right, last position today. We're actually going to finish with a child's pose. So let's flip over onto your hands and knees. You're going to reach your hands forward over your head and then sit back onto your heels. So I'm sitting in between my heels, but you may find that you want to sit on your heels. That's up to you. They're your knees. You listen to your knees. But I want you to really focus on reaching your hands overhead as far as you can. Right, I'm continuing to inch my fingers toward the edge of my mat and thinking about pushing my hips back. I'm actually going to take my hat off so I can lie my head flat on the floor and really reach my fingers. And again, you can play with your knee position, play with your back position, but you should feel this in your back, in your shoulders, and in your hips. One more deep breath. Nice and slowly we'll come out of this into all fours. And you can sit back down. So a simple routine that allows you to stretch out your hips and your back from the floor. You don't need any props, you don't need any equipment, and you don't need a ton of space. It's even okay if the dog comes and gives you kisses in the middle. My name is Carl, and I'm your fitness coach, and it's been a pleasure to work with you today.